YouTubers, my name is Hilna. I'm gonna make food for you today. Everybody's making a YouTube channel lately, so I'm gonna make food because it's the only thing I know how to do very well, as you can see. Thick and fabulous. So yes, today I'm gonna make pork chops that I'm just gonna put in flour, but I'll put all the recipes and all the stuff that I used in the comment section. And I'm gonna make potato bake and homemade beetroot that we already made a while back, me and my mom. And I'm gonna make mashed carrots with onions. So yes, oh, and for pudding we're gonna make brownies with cream, or you can use ice cream, whichever way you want, or whatever you want. So yes, we are a family of 5 and a 2-year-old. So yeah, he's very busy. He's outside now. My mom is keeping him occupied while I'm busy doing my video. So yes, let's begin. I'm gonna peel the potatoes, and because I don't have a stand yet, I'm gonna do everything little by little. I'll show because we're quite a large family. We're a family of 5, I've said previously, and I'm gonna cut them in centimeter circles. You can cut your potatoes in blocks. It's just the way you like them. It's totally up to you. We just cut them in circles. The other thing that you can do is, if you would rather cook them in a pot, you can just leave them whole and then cook them in the pot, and then when they come out of the pot you can cut them in whichever way that you like. I'm gonna do mine in the microwave, so already cutting them, it's easier because then when it's hot you don't have to handle them. And I'm just gonna put them in a bag in the microwave. You just take a normal plastic bag and stick holes in the top of the bag, and then I put mine for 20 minutes and just check that they're soft when you take them out. Not soft that they break apart, just soft enough so that you can layer them. And then I'm gonna cut my onions. Like I said, the onions as well, you can cut them in blocks or rings, whichever way that you like. And I'm gonna throw them with the carrots in a pot. The carrots was frozen because it comes out of our garden, so I just defrosted them, and I'm gonna put them in the water with the onions that we're just gonna cut up in little blocks because I like my onions if it's small. Okay, and then you can just put the carrots and the onions in a pot on the oven. And like I said, I like mine cut into smaller pieces, but you can cut them any way that you like. So you just take your onions and you take your carrots, and then you put them in the pot, and you have to just make sure that the carrots and the onions are covered in water, just enough to make them, just to cover the top of the carrots. And obviously you can put spices in, just spices give a lot of flavor. So I just put a little bit of salt, but you can do any spice that you like. Maybe you would like them sweet, you can make them sweet with a little bit of sugar or cinnamon stick, but I'm just gonna go with the salty, savory more carrots because that's what I'm in the mood for today. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So my potatoes are ready. I had to put them in an extra 5 minutes because they weren't cooked properly. It depends. Sometimes you get different types of potatoes and you never know which one you're gonna get, but some of them are harder to cook than some of them. So these ones were a bit harder, so I had them in for 25 minutes. Okay, and it's quite hot, so what you can do is you layer them. You put a layer potatoes, layer sauce, layer potato, layer sauce, but I think these potatoes is a bit hot, so I'm just gonna put them into the bowl just like this because it's a bit hot. Like I said, my bowl is 8 by 8 inch Pyrex bowl. It's about 2 centimeters deep, but it depends on obviously how many people you are, what you're gonna use. Like I said, we're 5, and this is about the size for 8 large potatoes. You can use a metal dish as well, whichever suits you better. Okay, then I put my potatoes in my bowl, and I'm just gonna mix the sauce. I buy the packet from the shop, but like I said, you can make your own. You can make like a cream with like a pepper sauce or mushroom sauce or fresh mushrooms. You can go crazy with this. With this dish, you can go crazy. So yeah, you can, like I said, you can put bacon in it. You can put fried onions, anything that you feel like. Okay, then you take the potato bake, and I still had cream left, so I'm just going to use the little bit I've got left. I think it's about 250 ml. But like I said, you can use any cream you want. You can use coconut cream, you can use I don't know, different types of cream there are, but we just use normal cream. Okay, so it says 400 ml. I'm gonna put 400 ml. Okay, I've got 250 ml cream, so the rest I'm just gonna top up with milk, just normal milk. So yeah, I'm just gonna put milk to fill up the 400 ml, and it should be enough to cover the potatoes. But if it's not enough, it's also okay, because then I'll just put a little bit more milk. It's not gonna make a difference as long as it covers your potatoes. You should just not put too much milk, because otherwise it's not gonna cook nicely, and it's gonna be watery. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna stir it so that it mixes nice and well, and then I'm gonna pour it over my potatoes just to see if it's gonna cover everything. Otherwise I have to put a little bit more milk. Let me just see what's happening. Okay, now it looks like my potato bake is a little bit, or my potato is more than my bake, so I think I'm just gonna use a little bit more milk. I think about a cup maybe will be enough to cover that. So I'm just gonna put an extra 250. I think it should be enough to cover the remainder of the potatoes, so that they can cook nicely. Otherwise the potatoes, they get dry, the top ones, and the bottom ones are like nice and soaked in the nice saucy and everything. So yeah, then I'm just gonna pour that over the potatoes. just to make sure that it's covered nicely and it cooks nicely through. I put my oven on 180 degrees, and then I'm just gonna cook them for half an hour, but you can just keep an eye on them and see if the potatoes are nice and brown, then you know it's cooked through. But I mean after half an hour, it says on the packet, so I usually just go by feel, so about half an hour should be enough to cook them. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop them in the oven, and then we're gonna cook them for half an hour to see, yeah, so that I can start with my meats and stuff. I think I'll check my carrots just now to see if they're still cooking, but I think, yeah, let's just do the potatoes now. Okay, so let's start with the meat now. I've got 4 pork chops, and I'm just gonna spice them. I just use normal salt, and then we always use lemon pepper because that's like our thing. Most of my dishes has got, or everything that's got pepper in has got lemon pepper, because we only use lemon pepper. And I've got this nice chili garlic spice that I'm also going to use. It's my favorite spice, so I'm going to use that as well. And then I've got a normal, like a barbecue spice, but it's got like different spices. It's like a seven spice that I'm also going to use. You can buy most of the spices just from your local store, whichever, like I said, what you like, what's your flavor. And then I'm just going to spice them on both sides, because we're going to put them in flour just to do something different. I sometimes just cook my meat with the flour because it gives them that extra crunchy topping, and especially with the pork, it's nice with the fat side. Your fat is also nice and crispy. So yeah, I'm just gonna dip them in normal flour. You can use cake flour, you can use bread flour, whichever you feel that you've got, or whichever one you've got, you can use that one. So I'm just gonna dip them all in flour, and then I'm gonna put them in the oven. So I'm just gonna take a normal oven tray, and I'm gonna fill it with oil. I use about, say, 125 ml oil, because the pork chops has to lay in the oil, otherwise it's gonna be dry. So that's the way I like it. I mean, but like I said, you can use cook and spray, you can use coconut oil, you can use whichever vegetable oil, what you feel comfortable with using. We just use normal sunflower oil. So yeah, I think the carrots are done now. I'm gonna put the chops also just 180 degrees, and then we're gonna check after half an hour. So now I'm gonna strain the carrots. They are nice and soft, so they're ready to be mashed, and I'm gonna just strain them, and yeah, they look really plump. I'm gonna put them in a glass bowl now for me to mash them. And like I said, you can use whichever spices that you like. We usually just do the salt and lemon pepper, and then obviously we're going to use a lot of butter because we're mashing something. So if it's savory and you're mashing it, it needs butter. So yeah, I'm gonna put a dollop of butter on it, and just my spices. Yeah, num num. And I'm gonna put my spices, salt and pepper, and yes, and then I'm gonna mash it. So I hope that you will enjoy this as much as my baby thinks this is when he's watching this. He thinks it's very delicious. Okay, so I think the next thing that we're gonna look at is our potatoes, because they are in the oven to see if they're ready. If they're ready, I'm just gonna put a little bit of cheese over, because I mean, what is life without cheese? So I'm just gonna grate a little bit. See, they're nice and brown now, so I'm just gonna grate a little bit of cheese over and put them in the oven until the cheese is melted. Okay, so then when the cheese is melted, it should be ready to take it out, and yes, it will be yummy. Okay, my pork chops are done. They are nice and crispy, and the fat is nice and crispy, so you can see that they're perfect. And my daughter doesn't eat pork, so I made her 2 chicken drumsticks, and that's gonna be hers for tonight. Okay, my potato bake is also done. See, it's nice and melted. The potatoes is nice and soft, and the potato bake, you can see it's cooked through. So our potatoes are done. So let's plate up. We've got our potato bake. We've got our homemade beetroot. We've got our crunchy pork chops and our mashed carrots. So it's an easy meal to make, and I will love to think what you thought of this dish. I'd love to hear what you say, and enjoy making it, and I hope you enjoy watching this video. There will be many more. Enjoy your dinner.